Join me as I challenge myself to put on God's powerful armor and see if I can truly defend against evil in my everyday life. God's armor is a powerful tool in spiritual warfare, and it's something we should all be familiar with. It's a way to protect ourselves from the negative influences that surround us and to trust in God's power to overcome them. Life is full of challenges, and we face many attacks from negative influences that can affect us spiritually. These attacks can come in many forms, such as anxiety, fear, or doubt. They can also come from the people around us or from our own thoughts and emotions. We may feel like we're under siege, with no way to escape the constant barrage of negativity. Our minds can be a battlefield where good and evil are constantly fighting for control. We may struggle to stay positive, to stay focused on God, and to stay strong in our faith. We're not just talking about physical attacks, but also spiritual ones. The enemy is always looking for ways to undermine our faith, to make us doubt God's love for us, and to turn us away from His path. He uses tactics like temptation, deception, and manipulation to get us to compromise our values and our beliefs. This can lead to feelings of guilt, shame, and inadequacy, which can be overwhelming and debilitating. We need to be aware of these tactics and to know how to defend ourselves against them. God's armor is the key to defending against these attacks and to trusting in God's power to overcome them. It's composed of several pieces, each with its own unique purpose and function. The Bible tells us that we should put on the whole armor of God so that we can stand against the schemes of the enemy. This armor includes the belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of peace, the shield of faith, and the helmet of salvation. The belt of truth is what holds everything together. It's the foundation of our faith. The breastplate of righteousness protects our hearts and keeps us pure and holy. The shoes of peace give us stability and allow us to move forward with confidence. The shield of faith is what deflects the enemy's attacks and keeps us safe from harm. The helmet of salvation is what protects our minds and keeps us focused on God's love for us. I've personally experienced the effectiveness of God's armor in my own life. There have been times when I felt overwhelmed, when the attacks of the enemy seemed too much to bear, but I remembered to put on God's armor, to trust in His power, and to stand firm in my faith. I prayed for protection, for guidance, and for strength. God was faithful. He always came through for me, gave me the courage to face my fears, to overcome my doubts, and to trust in His love for me. I've seen God's armor at work in the lives of others as well. I've seen people who were struggling with addiction, with depression, or with anxiety, and who found freedom and healing through God's power. They put on the armor of God, and they stood firm in their faith, trusted in God's love for them, and they allowed Him to work in their lives. The result was amazing. They were transformed, they were renewed, and they were restored. Putting on God's armor is not just a one-time event, it's a daily process. We need to constantly remind ourselves to trust in God's power, to stand firm in our faith, and to trust in His love for us. We need to be conscious of the spiritual battles that we're facing and to be intentional about putting on the armor of God. We need to pray for protection, for guidance, and for strength. And we need to trust that God will always come through for us. In conclusion, God's armor is a powerful tool in spiritual warfare, and it's essential for defending against evil. The belt of truth, the breastplate of righteousness, the shoes of peace, the shield of faith, and the helmet of salvation all work together to protect us from the enemy's attacks. If you've had any experiences with God's armor, please share them with us in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about spiritual growth, be sure to check out our other videos.